Well, I was born in Ciudad Juarez, in Mexico. I immigrated here when I was 8 or 7, and I live here in Anthony right now. And I go to DACC here in the Gaston Center. Um, I am 23 years old right now. I've been a current permanent resident since I was 16, no, 17, I think. And I didn't have the ability to go to school because I had to work for my resident card. And barely this year, this is my first semester attending to DACC. And it was pretty hard because I didn't, back then, there was no DACA, there was nothing that I can support myself with. And that's why I had to work really hard to be right here right now. And I started working in a Subway restaurant, making minimum wage, and I have to almost raise. Well, right now I have spent like $20,000 on my papers, and yeah, I'm currently working on getting my U.S. citizen, and it's gonna cost me another 2,000, and I'm working on that right now. And well, my experience here in Anthony has been pretty good. I feel like there's no discrimination at all, cause we kind of we're all the people here are all the same culture. We don't discriminate that much. But a couple of weeks ago, I called a teacher here in DACC that I couldn't make it to the class because there were raids going on in Anthony. Um, and well, I couldn't make it because my mom didn't feel safe driving to pick me up from my work and then driving me to the school. So that day I had to walk to my house, and then I couldn't walk over here because it was a longer distance. But if not, I mean, I will come. So when I started walking to my house, I noticed that the streets were empty. There was no people and no cars, no nothing. And I live in the main streets in Anthony, which I see cars every day that pass. That day there was no cars at all, not one. So I was walking by myself. No people were outside. There was nothing. It was like there was no people. They were scared. And I when I get to my house, I saw my house, the windows locked, the door locked. Not even the spring was open. Everything was locked. And I had to knock, and my mom had to like unlock everything and let me in. And I was like, she's really scared. She is the scared. And the first thing I saw, she was seeing the news, and it was gonna be 5 already, I think, and they were talking about the race. So she was getting more nervous, and I was like, I have to stay here with her. Like I'm not gonna go nowhere because she's scared. So I had to stay that day with her all day, and it was pretty sad because my house is like a happy house, and that day it was like everything was so dark. Like the curtains were closed, the door was closed, there was no cars in the street. It was like a weird day for me, cause I mean I'm used to seeing people just passing through my house, and there was like no people at all in the street. And yeah, so well that same day when we saw the news, we saw that the agents from the ICE actually went into schools. They were going to some schools in El Paso, and well, my mom didn't want to pick up my daughter from school because she was scared that she was gonna see the agents in school. And another thing that I noticed is, well, I have experience is that they call themselves as the police. They don't call themselves as a border patrol agent or a nice agent. So whenever they go knock on someone's door, they're gonna open because they're saying they're the police. It's like a police from like our community. we're gonna feel safe for them, so we're gonna open the door. And when we once we open the door, I mean, they have the right to go into your house and start looking for the people they want, or just take whoever is illegal in your house. And yeah, so my mom didn't wanna was really scared, so she didn't wanna take my daughter to school, even pick her up after school. So I have to miss 2 days that same week because of that. So it was a Thursday and a Wednesday. So I had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to kind of help her out to get her more like secure. And while she was like indecisive to go out, but like I made her kind of like, "Hey, mom, come on, go out. Like you're not gonna stay here forever." So yeah, so she got yeah. I kind of help her like, "Mom, like you're nothing's gonna happen. I got you back. Like if they take you, of course I'm gonna go and take you out. I'm gonna get a lawyer. I'm gonna do anything to help you." So she was more secure because she had me. Yeah, and I thought it was pretty sad to see everyone be so be like not doing their stuff like their normal basis, because they're seeing people taken away from their families so often. And even here in this community, because I have living here in Anthony since 10 years ago, and this is the first time this happened, and it was a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I mean, it's like it's not good, you know. They're just coming into our community that is it wasn't like that. It was not like that. Here we were like so free, so open to do whatever we want. We walk, we can do the. But that day, well, those 2 days were like so sad because there was no one in the streets. Like there was no activity in Anthony at all. You saw no one in the street, and I noticed it because those 2 days I have to go to work, so I have to go and then come back, and it was the same thing. No people at all. Well, I'm worried that a lot of people is gonna get separated. Not in my well in my family too, but in other families too. So, I mean, like it's I have experienced it in my family. It's when they separate a family, um, it's like destroying one family. Like you have to worry about like doing, I mean, working for your kids, but you have to worry about your own safety too, because you're gonna have to go out and work and do everything. So you're putting like the risk on the hands, you know. So that's my worry. Yeah. Not even to me, but to everyone. Like I have experienced it, so they're gonna experience it too.